Hey guys, Edison here, and today we're going to talk about setting goals. It's the first of the year, January 1st, 2024. And sometimes we do this every year at the beginning of the year. Sometimes we do it at the beginning of the month or the beginning of the week. So setting goals is so important for many reasons. As you guys know, uh, goals gives you the clarity, gives you the step-by-step, gives you helps you stay focused on and what your goal is, whatever the goal is, right? So it keeps you in track of the next step. And this sheet I'm going to show you in a moment is is good for anything you want. You can you want to go on vacation, you want to buy a house, do you want to stop smoking, do you want to lose weight, whatever you want. You use these steps, you use this goal sheet. There's two ways to get this list. If you guys don't have it yet, you can go to Sefreia.com, SEFREIA.com, or the Southeast Florida Real Estate Investor Association. Or you can also go to the social media. You can go to Facebook and look something like this. If you go to Facebook, Wholesaling Houses Now, go to the files there, and you can download the goal sheet right there. So let me show you a sample. I'm going to take you to a couple of steps here on setting this goal sheet for real estate investors specifically. Now, this works for anything again, but I'm just going to focus on real estate investing, and I'm going to show you a list that I just got from a new wholesaler, a new investor. Let's call him John, and he sent me one. He filled one out, and I'm going to kind of have you relay that sheet to you in a moment, and I'm going to read it to you, and I'm going to tell you a couple of things that I would do a little bit better, and so you guys can kind of model what we're doing here. So there's 7 steps here for the goals, and then there's another 5 steps. Just basic questions, about if it's really your goal, or is morally right and fair and things like that. But for now, I'm going to take you to the 7 steps, and I'm going to show you a sample list here from a new real estate investor, a wholesaler, and you guys can follow along. And if you want to pause the video and download the sheet and write it down for you, I'm going to go a little bit slower so you guys can really take notes and actually get that sheet filled out so you can accomplish your goal. Or if you're a wholesaler, you want to buy a property today or this week or this month, that's what you would fill that sheet out. Or if you don't want to, or if you want to buy a property today, you can also have a goal of an amount of money. Let's say this month you want to make $20,000, then you could maybe put that amount right there. So the first question here is, what do you want? What's your goal? Identify your goal. So John here wrote down buy a cheap house, and he wrote a loan to value, 50%, 70%, I guess, of the market. I'm not sure. But then he wrote 25K in net profit. Now those are good, but the goals here, ideally, you want to make him for yourself. You want to make him a little bit like emotional words that would help you, that would pull you forward towards that goal. So let's say if you say in cheap house, today my goal is to buy a cheap house. Now, another word for that might be ugly house, right? Or some distressed property, right? And so whatever works for you, but as real estate wholesalers, sometimes our goal is to buy a distressed property, an ugly house, and that equals to, let's say, $20,000 or $30,000. So it's better to have a goal very specific as, like, do you want a house? Yeah, what kind of house? You want an ugly house? You want a cheap house? And the best part is that you're allowed to print this out and put some pictures in the sheet, right? And ideally, you write these every day, every week. Every week, you want to write them every month, whenever you want. But as much as you write it every day, ideally, it's best. But the good thing is you can kind of move the picture around here. If you take a picture of a really ugly property, if that's your goal, that would go right here. Or if you're taking your goal is a vacation or hang out with your family, spend more time with your family, all that, maybe you can kind of put it up here because that's what's going to drive you and move you towards, that's what you want. That's the goal. Okay, so number 2, set deadline for achievement. Now you can do that for the day, like I said, or the week. So whatever you like there. Yeah, you could do it for a year, 3 years, or even 5 years. Those are the long-term goals. So that's really important to write down, because there's a question at the bottom here where the short-term goals have to be in line with the long-term goals. So it's very important to have daily goals, and even if it's the same goal, maybe you change things a little bit depending on how they went the day before. So list obstacles to overcome. Number 3, the obstacles to overcome are whatever you need to work on so you can get to that goal. So for John here, is procrastination, consistency, prioritize your task. Wow, that's very important. That's pretty cool. Fear of rejection. That's okay. Excuses. So some of these things are like a story, or sometimes you just need to work on whatever. You know, if you're procrastinating, you need to work on that. If you need to be more consistent, please, work on that. That's the whole point of the purpose of this video, the purpose of this goal sheet. So what I said here, if you guys need help with technology, for example, then it'll help you know what's your need to you can accomplish that goal. You need some systems to follow instructions. Maybe you need a coach or a mentor to kind of guide you through some of this. Through some of the steps to get to your goal. Let's see. Number 3, list skills, what knowledge is needed. This is a good one. What skills do you need to accomplish your goal, right? You might be missing something here. Without writing that down, you don't know. So confidence on talking to sellers, that's a good one. That's a good skill to know, to get better at. What to say when you're talking to sellers or people. Doing comps, right? Having to be likable. Okay, I have to be better at communicating. That's awesome, right? It all relates a little bit. So the more you practice, the better you get at communicating, right? And if you have a coach or a mentor, they tell you exactly what to say. Be positive and persistent. That's awesome, right? Now, this sheet can also work on self-development, like for yourself. And that would be a perfect thing to write down, like an overall, to be an entrepreneur, to be a business owner, or to just in general, you want to improve on your life and everything. You want to be a good communicator. You want to have good skills of being persistent and consistent, and you want to have a positive attitude all the time and all that stuff. So this could be a different topic on that, just working on yourself every day or every week. And, read, listen to videos, talk to people that are that can help you get to where you want to go, network with people that are where you want to go, and all this stuff. Like that's a different sheet, a different type of goal here. But here I would say the scripts, for the skills, what knowledge is needed. I would say for a new investor, you might need a new wholesaler. You might need the scripts to structure the deal, in a few different ways, or different scripts for different properties, right? We have 3 to 5 to 8 different types of sellers, and they're all different scripts. There's different communication, different strategies to go about, buying those type of properties. So you might need to gain that skill, maybe by having a coach or mentor or something like that. So number 5, let's see, identify groups, people, groups, organizations to work with. That's a good one. Now, John wrote here, bird dogs, wholesalers, realtors. Again, these are groups of people. I'm not sure how he's going to get bird dogs, but I guess maybe the social media, you can kind of network with people, wholesalers, realtors, probate attorneys. That's a good one. Maybe he can call them or email them about some properties. JB partnerships. Maybe he means co-wholesaling, maybe with other stable wholesalers that have lots of buyers, or maybe they have deals. So you guys can work together there, co-wholesaling, to make some money quick. Find realtors. There's many kind of realtors. I did some videos like a month ago on this very important topic, finding the right realtor that would help you get to your goal, which is a ugly, cheap house. Wholesalers, mortgage brokers, title companies. Okay, one of the things I would tell you, if you're looking for a coach or mentor, sometimes they have access to a lot of those connections. So you don't have to start from zero and build everything from scratch. And so that would be a good thing to do there. But that's a great thing to know what kind of people you have to work with, and and you got to be consistent in working with a lot of those people and the people and be in touch and things like that. So number 6, develop plan of action. Now this is a really good one because this is going to tell you if you're going to buy a property today or not. So the plan of action for John here is daily affirmations. Now that's pretty cool. That's a good plan of action, but I would say that would be in the self-development, like working on yourself, your daily habits and your self-improvement and things like that. But when it comes to buying a property, buying a cheap house today, whether you want to make 20 or 30K or 50K on that house, be really specific on that. So get a list of desperate sellers. That's pretty good. A vacant house, a foreclosure list, a drive for dollar list, a foreclosure auction list, and all this stuff. Divorce, a lot of different lists, right? So I would tell this new wholesaler, if you guys are starting out, I would say do a little less than so many lists because you're going to be overwhelmed here, and maybe focus on one or two. You go on market or off market, so you have to kind of have specific action plans. Like, are you going to talk to 10 agents? Are you going to talk to 10 sellers? That's specific. Are you going to make 10 offers? Are you going to make 10 verbal offers with a private seller or something like that? But he has here, so something like that is pretty good to make this a little bit better. Property software. Yeah, using a property software, we know that. If you guys want to know more about that, let me know in the comments. There's a lot of software that not a lot, but there's some that are really good, some that are good, some that are okay. And if you guys want to be in touch with us, you can kind of let us know on the best software for you, right? Because sometimes we tell people to keep it really local, and those are the better ones as far as software to get different lists and things like that. Skip tracing is awesome. Call them, drive for dollars to the properties that are vetted. And using a dialer is better and faster. Okay, that's cool. Yeah, instead of calling manually, or I kind of tell my coaching students to do both, because sometimes if you're doing a dialer, there's a disconnect there. And when you're calling manually, we have success with both, but whatever works for you, both ways are really good, actually. So this is pretty good. He's right on. And talk to 30 sellers, dial for 5 hours. That's pretty specific on a plan of action. 5 hours, okay? And you might want to dial 2 hours at the beginning. So whatever would work for you. You might want to talk to 20 sellers per day or 20 agents per day or something like that. That might work for you too. So, and I like that he says, talk to 30 motivated sellers. That's pretty specific, per day. Now, one of the things I threw here is, one of the things I put here is 10 offers. Look at 10 properties that you can buy today, whether they're listed or from wholesalers or from some, or some packet listings. So talk to 10 desperate sellers. Now, you can get those lists from wherever, as long as you're talking to 10 desperate sellers. So you might need to add a little bit more here as far as, talk to 10, maybe 5 sellers from Zillow, or maybe talk to 5 sellers from Craigslist or whatever website, right? Or talk to 10 agents from Redfin or Trulia or Realtor.com. That's a little more specific, because at the end of the day, if you didn't buy a house, you're going to go back to this list and you're going to ask yourself, did I do everything here? Did I find the people? Did I communicate with people? Did I gain the skill that I need to get to that goal? The plan of action, did I do every detail here that you're writing that you're going to do for the day to get to that goal, which is that cheap and ugly house that can make you 20 or 30K or more? So that's very important to be real specific here with a plan of action. That's huge. The last thing here, number 7, very important also, list benefits. What's in it for me? And John wrote here, buy whatever I want. Buy what do you want? Pay rent, bills freedom, do freedom to do what I want. Okay, that's cool. I want the freedom, and I want not have to work, be my own boss. Okay, I want a Rolex and a cool car. So, and fix your car and donate it. Okay, so that's cool. Those are good goals. But I would say you got to keep in mind the goal. Like this is a daily goal sheet, and ideally you got to keep it until you buy that property, whether it's a day or 3 days or the week or a week and a half. Just keep writing this, maybe make little changes. And I would say, just again, be more specific. What's in it for you? What's in it for you? What's the 20 or 30K? What's that ugly house going to do for you? It's going to give you the freedom to spend with your family. It's going to buy you a cool car. Now you can put pictures here. What's a cool car for you? I'm not sure. So you might want to put a few pictures there because the mind thinks in pictures, and and you get motivated with what goes in your mind, right? So the pictures kind of motivate you, and if you focus and laser focus on that goal, and you're looking at this, and you're reading it every day, and you're looking at pictures, you're going to accomplish that goal. Believe me. Like if you the benefit here for you is go on vacation with your family, or just take time off, or have more freedom. Just I don't know, cut a some pictures of wherever you want to go. Let's say you want to go to Europe, or you want to go to Hawaii or some kind of nice island. Just take a picture of that and paste it, tape it somewhere here so you can kind of see it often. So, and the last part here is the goal, the benefit for you really needs to be pulling you. Like sometimes it's better to say, instead of saying I'm going to lose weight, or I'm going to lose 14 pounds, more specific. It's better to sometimes say, I want to look great in that outfit. I'm going to look great, for the summer, or I'm going to do this property and make this money so I can spend more time with my family, or buy my family member or my loved one, buy them a big gift that they've been wanting for so long. Something like that would really pull you forward, and it's positive instead of I want to pay some bills or pay my rent or things like that. So kind of super important here to write down the right things, have the right pictures, so you guys can be even more motivated, because this is really what goals do to you. Like they keep you in good shape, emotional shape. They keep you focused. They keep you moving forward. And if you kind of writing this down every day, even if it's the right thing, your mind is just gonna like believe you, and it's going to put you in the right place to get that property, to get that vacation, or whatever you want, or that cool car, or that Rolex, right, John? So for now, the last few things at the bottom here is really my goal. Yes, you got to answer the right yes. If you're answering no, then you got to change things around, right? Is it morally right and fair? Yes. I use my short range goals consistent with my long range goals. Now, remember I said you can write this like for a year goal, 6 month goal, 3 year goal, 5 year goal, even 10 year goal. So some of the actions you take in today. So let's say this year I want to buy 100 unit building, around 100 unit building. So I might have to have some shorter term activities here to be consistent with my long term goal, right? I want to buy 100 units this year, whether it's a building or whatever, 100 or a couple of buildings, 100 units. So I might have to have one specific for that, but they have to be consistent, right? A little bit consistent. So can I commit myself emotionally and complete this project? You guys got to answer that. And the last one, can I visualize myself reaching this goal, right? If you guys are starting out, do you visualize yourself buying an ugly, vacant, distressed property? I mean, if you haven't seen one, or if you haven't done a deal yet, believe me, if you're driving around for 30 minutes, you're going to see 5 of them, and take some of those pictures, take pictures of those really ugly houses and print them and just have them around, because that ugly vacant property means 20 or 30K for you, or maybe even more, depending on you, depending on what you know. So, all right, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. I'm sure you will, and I hope that I am sure that you're going to fill this out and keep it consistent and make it part of your life, part of your routine, because This is all it takes. Like, it's so simple sometimes. And just like Tony Robbins and Brian Tracy and Les Brown, they just tell you it's possible for you. It's possible for people around you. They're buying properties, they're making money. And if you don't believe me, throw me your zip code or your city, and I can tell you someone bought a fantastic deal there in the last month or two. Fantastic deal, and it's making a lot of money on those deals, whether it was a rental or a fix and flip, whatever type of house. So you guys, it's as easy as filling out the goal, having specific actions, and having people to work with, like a coach or a mentor. The plan of action is telling you exactly how to get from, if you want to go from somewhere in New York City to San Diego, California, some address there, you have to have a specific plan of action. How are you going to get there? All different steps that would take you specifically where you want to go. So these are what goals do to you and your life and your business. And it's amazing. I've been using them. I've used this sheet all my life, and I love it. And I couldn't do things without it. When I'm not accomplishing things, sometimes I go right back to the goals and I make adjustments and I make it tougher or more fun. And I just print a couple of copies and have it around me all the time. So for now, you guys share the video, like the video, give us some comments. Wholesaling houses, now you can get this goal sheet. And I know 2024 is going to be your year. It's going to be the best year of your life. And I'm sure you're gonna see some more our coaching and training. If you have any questions on anything as far as real estate investing, let me know, and I'm here to help. Thanks.